Hey guys, Andrew here with DrewFit. I want to thank you for tuning in. Today's video is going to be about the recent article I've been seeing posted across the social medias. This is a CNN headline, "Tiny plastic shards found in human testicles, study says." I didn't read the article, I didn't read the study, but if you've been following my channel for, I don't know, I think I was talking about this 6-7 years ago, about the dangers of microplastics and how they can be damaging to our health. Where you can find them, how you can avoid them and overcome, microplastic toxicity. So I'll talk about that a little bit later. But what are some of the risks that I would imagine a lot of these men in this study are going to be dealing with, depending on, how high the levels of microplastics were found in their testicles. But the interesting thing about this study is I heard that every test subject, 100% of the men that were tested, all came back positive with microplastics in their testicles. Now, this can run a risk for things like infertility, low libido, poor hormonal health, low testosterone, probably an increased risk of cancer, an endocrine disruptor, inflammation. Essentially, a huge cascade of issues can arise through consumption of plastics. And you don't even have to know that you're consuming plastic, but it could be in your food, the air that we breathe, our water that we're drinking and showering in, definitely our clothes that we're wearing. So I'll talk a little bit later about how to go about, limiting your exposure. I don't think you can get away from it 100%, but you can do your best and forget the rest. So how do you come across plastics? Like I was just saying, food, water supply, air pollution, and clothing. Clothing, in conjunction with this study, I would imagine was probably very apparent that a lot of the men were wearing underwear that probably had some amount of plastics in them. That's why I always recommend people to try to go with cotton underwear, 100% organic cotton, or linen or wool or anything like that that's going to avoid a lot of the plastics. And unfortunately, they're kind of hard to find nowadays. And you just got to do your best and search around. I know a really good company I was recommended to was pact.com, PACT.com. I believe they have clothing, bedding, everything that you need. So that's a good place to start, and you can go from there. But how can you avoid plastics? So number one, for your water supply, whether it's your drinking water or water that you're bathing in, get a good filtration system. When it comes to water filter for your shower, I highly recommend looking into Pristine Hydro. And for consuming water, now this is a pretty, up for debate topic, but I recommend consuming distilled water. A lot of people think that it's going to leach minerals from the body. Like I said, it's up for debate. Personally, I don't drink a ton of water. I get most of my nutrients most of my water that I drink comes from things like milk, orange juice, consuming fruit, stuff like that. I don't rely on water as my main source of hydration, but if you do want to add minerals back to your distilled water, I think that's the best and safest way to go about it, especially when trying to avoid microplastics. Other things you can avoid using plastic water bottles, Gatorade bottles, all that junk. Even some of like the aluminum cans have plastics in them. Avoid Tupperware, plastic Tupperware, go with glass. If you can, and especially if you're going to use plastic Tupperware, which I don't recommend, do not put it in a microwave and heat it up. That's going to leach a lot more of the plastics into the food, and you're going to be consuming even more of them. Wear cotton, linen, wool, things like that. Eat a healthy diet. Get your food from healthy sources, animals that are grass-fed, grass-finished, fruits and vegetables that aren't sprayed with a bunch of chemicals. Do your best and forget the rest. Like I said, it's almost impossible to avoid, but you can take steps today that can at least detoxify and help limit your exposure. Some of the supplements that I recommend, vitamin B and C, are really good for the detoxify pathways. NAC is a good supplement. Shilajit is fantastic. It contains both humic and fulvic acid, which are really good at detoxifying. Not just things like plastics, but heavy metals as well. Colostrum is a fantastic supplement to, kind of help heal and repair your digestive system. If you want to optimize your detoxification pathways, obviously you want a healthy gut. So colostrum is a good way to go from there. Activated charcoal as well is a good one. And probably the biggest way to detoxify from microplastics is going to be doing the sauna a few times a week, in my opinion. And you got to be aware that when you do use a sauna, because I see a lot of people when I go to the gym, they're going to be wearing their plastic clothing from brands like Lululemon, all these like really stretchy athletic athletic wear. I think that stuff, when you're in a sauna, probably increases your chances of consuming these plastics onto your body when you're just melting them in a sauna. So be aware if you do use a sauna, try to wear cotton or go naked if possible with just a towel. And my last pointer here is keep your digestion flowing daily. Like I said, your digestive system is one of the biggest detoxifying organs in the body, so you want to keep a healthy digestive system. And the skin is also a detoxifying organ as well. So sauna is huge. Steam room, I would probably go with the sauna, because steam room, you're going to be, I don't know what kind of water they're using in the steam or how healthy it is. So go with the sauna in my opinion. But I thought this study was very interesting. Like I said, this is a topic I've been pretty concerned about and vocal about on my channel for 6 to 7 years, I would imagine. So it's interesting to see it's finally making, headways on things like CNN. So maybe we're taking steps in the right direction here for human health, making people aware of it. Now we can take steps to overcoming microplastic toxicity, start detoxifying, and optimizing our health. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or other tips to help detoxify, drop them below. Follow me on Instagram at Drew_fit, DRUE_FIT, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.